I am Aaron. This is the Cult of Cinema, and welcome. Is this too dark? Do you need it lightened up? Let me know if you do. We'll decide to see if we need more light in here. But yeah, maybe we do need a little bit more light. If you're just on here for the first time, I did a chat earlier on tonight. We're gonna go a bit over some of that stuff. We're gonna talk about the new Mortal Kombat film. We're gonna talk about collecting movies in general and collecting action movies specifically. So, a lot of stuff to talk about tonight, and hopefully, maybe, kind of, hopefully, you guys will enjoy it. Right now, for the very first time, I am streaming live on YouTube and on my Facebook page as as well. And the reason for that, well, basically, because it's fun. And I decided to upgrade. I've upgraded to the I went through the different ones through Streamlabs, through StreamYard. I finally upgraded to Melon, and I went for the actual edition. So hopefully, I'll see some of you guys in here. Just to, hey there, Antoine, welcome, and to being the first person here on my official live stream. Do you find this a little bit dark? I need to try something. So tonight I watched Mortal Kombat, the new film. Hey there, Dirk. Welcome, man. So we rented Mortal Kombat, and spoiler alert, we really freaking enjoyed it. It was a blast, and we were super glad to actually check it out. All right, so what I'm doing right now is I'm getting it all set up there, so we can actually sit back and talk action movies, collecting action, the best companies to collect action movies from, and I'll be able to drink a bit of my unnamed cola. Which will be fun to do. Let's hope we get a few people in here again tonight, because I gotta say that well, Craig, honestly, for two reasons tonight actually, and I'm gonna be honest with you. One, I just finished watching Mortal Kombat. Had the idea to do like a collecting action movies type of stream, talk about the film as well. And two, I so liked the format that I used earlier on today. The whole basically, hey there, Ice, welcome, man. I so liked using this melon format that I went out and I said, you know what? If I'm going to take the channel to that next level, if I'm going to get my Lucio Fulci exclusive shirt tonight, if I'm going to go there, then let's take the streaming portion of it seriously. You know, let's spend the money and get the actual like streaming site. So I went down, I grabbed Melon, so now I can do a bit more fancy things in this one here. I got the scrolling bar, the ticker down below. This is streaming on my Facebook as well. As you can see, there's an inlay. I'll put my own personal one in there in a little bit. Not tonight, obviously. Shadow Brothers. I love Shadow Brothers, man. Shadowboxer. I love action films. I really do. Sometimes they're just the kind of the fun that we need. Now, you guys let me know if you think this is too dark, because I think it is a little dark here. I can turn on the light over here. There may just be a little bit of glare from there, so I might have to turn this a bit. So we can do that, though. So let me know if you find this a little dark, because I kind of do, but really depends on you guys. It truly does. Hey there, William. So what this enables me to do is, so I have different inlays that I can use. Eventually, we see Powered by Melanat. The cult of cinema logo is going to be up there. Our little thing, and we're gonna work around with some different stuff. We're gonna play around with the. We're gonna be looking a bit at the Mortal Kombat tonight. We're gonna look at 88 films again because they tend to do a lot of these really good uh, action films. Look at other companies that can do action too. Umbrella is another great company that does action stuff. So we'll look into that type of stuff. But who here so far? I'm not going to do any spoilers, obviously. So who here has seen Mortal Kombat? Who has seen the new Mortal Kombat film? Who went out and like either saw it in theater or rented it tonight? Yeah, this is way too dark. I'm going to turn on the light, guys, because this is just going to move it a little bit. I'm going to turn on the light. Be right back. Famous last words, right? So is that better? Got a little bit of a glare, but at least you can see the background now. Hey there, Christian. You have? Perfect. So, for those that haven't, I'll say this right now. I'm, as a huge fan of the Mortal Kombat game, the series of games, and somebody that actually likes this style of cinema, I really friggin' enjoyed this film. It's exactly what a Mortal Kombat film should be, and it's R-rated. So we get the gore, and normally that's not something you truly need. But for Mortal Kombat, hey there, Jamie, welcome. Jamie, have you seen Mortal Kombat yet? For Mortal Kombat, you kind of do, because the whole idea when I was a kid was, are people bitching about Mortal Kombat? Some people. That's why you can't have nice things, Hammer. That's why you can't have nice things. Some people are just so negative. Fatality. It is cool. I won't let you tell you guys the kills because they're good. There's one specific kill. Damn. That is freaking awesome. Gladiator in 4K. See, my better half doesn't like Gladiator. I do. So I will eventually get that 4K, but I don't have it yet. Oh, Craig, the brutality. You're going to be so happy. The brutality is there. It is super friggin' there. And I am so stoked to see that. To see that type of you need that. You need this for this type of film. There is a new character in the film that is not from the games. It's an original character. And he does really good. So we get some of the characters from the game there. Not all of them. A lot of characters left for sequel. So you got, there's obviously the option for a sequel there. Hey, there's Cinematic Collector. Welcome back, man. And it's just a good old-fashioned gory action film that you gotta love. And it was out. It was like I really, really enjoyed this. This is why I decided to, we're gonna do this tonight. And in all honesty, part of the reasons I just wanted to use my new program to look slightly fancier. Did I like it more than the original? Yeah, actually, I they're different. So, but I did. Actually, I really liked it. I think it really caught the whole idea of Mortal Kombat. Yeah, that's the thing. The violence is extreme. This one too, Jamie. But in such, it's R rated, but really, it's just blood in that, and it's over the top violence. Like, it's not a movie that's going to deal with nudity, and there's no really serious adult situations, except guys are playing Mortal Kombat, or are fighting each other. They do not go the tournament route. This one, and some people were like upset about that, but it makes sense for the characters, and it is cool. It is so cool. And when you see certain characters there, Mikhail Brooks plays Jax, by the way. If you ever watched the series Supergirl, then he played Jimmy Olsen on Supergirl. And if you watch Desperate Housewives, he was on that first season too. His character on there was pretty intense and different. So if there's anybody watching this from Facebook, then I do apologize. Messages that come from Facebook don't show up yet into the stream chat. It's big enough. Well, it has, like, you got Liu Kang, and these are fun films. Even the cheesy Annihilation one, wasn't the best. Obviously, was the worst of the films. Now, if somebody could just do like a Street Fighter film to the level of this Mortal Kombat film, we're good to go. We're on our road. Hey there, Dustin. Welcome back, man. So, I watched. Warner Archives update. I watched the Sir at Midnight video because I really respect Heath's opinion when it comes to this on the Warner Archive thing. So Heath has said that all the people that make Archive, that used to make Warner Archives, are gone, but he's not quite sure the Warner Archive itself is gone yet as such. But he did put a kind of a caveat there, as in, like, nobody really knows anything yet. But that being said, look towards getting the films that you like. So always good to check out what Heath has to say, stuff like that. So if you have not watched the Serial Minute video, I recommend you check it out later on. It's the bearded guy, the same guy who played Korg in Ragnarok. I haven't looked yet. I kind of got blown away that Jimmy Olsen had jacked up so much. Because he was fairly jacked at Supergirl, but he wasn't this jacked. Hey there, Chris. Welcome back, man. Now, for those that are unaware, coming out very, very frigging soon. Let's see if I can find it here. See if it's out here yet. And I 100% recommend you check this out. Is The Prowler by Howling Wolf Records. So as you can see right there, limited from Howling Wolf Records, there is the CD soundtrack for The Prowler, which I am super excited to get come. They put out a ton of stuff. I love the artwork for this one here. Let's see what they say about it right here now. So this is by composer Richard Einhart, who did Shockwaves, Don't Go in the House. The Prowler was done in 1981, and for those that collect horror and collect the slasher genre in particular, the Prowler is one of the seminal horror films of 1981. Actually, one of the seminal horror films when it comes to the slasher era. So, of course, directed by Joseph Zito, and we get with this, how many tracks we have? 35 tracks, the complete score in 35 tracks. We get a 16-page full-color booklet with original illustrations, with art design. Prowler is a limited pressing. So I'm not quite sure yet if I can play any of the... So this, as you can see, there's a flip cover for the Prowler. So you can change... Mine too, actually, Jamie. So you can change the Prowler soundtrack around. And I love this artwork, by the way. As you can see, there's the back insert right there. You get the complete score. You even get alternates and extras, alternate mixes, re-edits, 1983 stereo mix from the. Super stoked about this. 110% recommend it. My copy is on its way. And it has a fantastic score. So congratulations to Howlin' Wolf Records, one for grabbing that, for getting that score, for getting Richard Einhardt. And if you Einhorn, I'm going to get his name right one of these days. And if you enjoy that, and this is only $16.95 actually is the list price for this one. That's actually a cool price. If you enjoy this one, you might want to check out their store, because when you're grabbing that, if you're a fan of this one right here, then they also have Shockwaves there as well. As you can see, there's 29 tracks for Shockwaves, again by composer Richard Einhorn, who did the score for this. It'll come with a again with a booklet, 12-page booklet for this one here, artwork, write up, lots of cool stuff. And I will be talking about that here on the channel. So eventually, I should have some of these coming. Once I do, oh, perfect. Next release from Howling Wolf Records, something near and dear to Jamie's heart, because he did them. Storm Warning from his film, which is severely underrated, and Crawl Space, which he did the score for. And I 110% recommend that you check this out. So if you have yet to check out Howlin' Wolf Records and you haven't done it, definitely do so. I will show some of their stuff off on my channel, hopefully in the near future. There's a few things I'm waiting for to come, and it's been pretty slow getting stuff here recently. So that's like my Arrow stuff is late coming. There's a whole lot of stuff that's late coming anyway. But there you go. That's our start. That you guys are so quiet tonight. Why are you guys so super quiet? That being said, well, I want to talk action films. I want to further our discussion on Warner Archives, because I got out of control a bit there in the last video. Hey there, Cobra, welcome. And we'll talk about a lot of different stuff. There you go. That's why you don't have to hear me coughing. If you have just come here and you haven't hit the like button on this video, severely would appreciate that you do. I see that there's 20 people watching. 20 people, really? And 9 likes. So show me some love. Driving into town to have lunch with one of the writes for. Oh, wow. My better half was actually a little nervous for me to do this on the tonight. She said, "Well, are you overdoing it when you do 2 videos, live streams in one night?" You guys let me know what you think. Am I overdoing it? Is this? Thank you, man. Is this too much me in one evening? We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see what you guys think. See if I can keep up the energy from the first video. The first video we had a conversation about Warner Archives, and it was, I thought, pretty fascinating, seeing where things are going with it. Can't get enough. I appreciate that. For those that don't know what I'm going to do for certain videos, so if you're a Crimson Cult member, for instance, keep an eye out for this, because you may get randomly asked into a video. So if I'm talking about a subject that I think that you would that I think you would benefit chatting about with me on here, even if it's coming in to talk on it for a few minutes, uh, I may pull one of my patrons right here into a stream, uh, as long as they, you know, don't object, of course. Max like Mad Max. I love Mad Max. I love George Miller. Uh, Mad Max 3 is my least favorite of all of them, but I love Mad Max. A lot of people don't like the original Mad Max because they find it so different. But I'm a big revenge revenge person. Getting revenge, that's it. And of course, I love the recent Mad Max. It was excellent. I'm not quite sure if it could get up there with the other franchise of course, the incredibly amazing Babe and Babe Pig in the City. But Eve 3 has great stuff in it. But my favorite still goes back between one and two, and I do love the new one. I am feeling pretty crappy, to be honest with you, but I'm also doing laundry, so if I have to step away from the camera after a little bit, that's why. That's what I'm doing. I'm switching the laundry out, set them upstairs, so I got to run downstairs to do it. If you hear like tumbling and stuff like that, I'm running too much and uh, and something not so good has happened, then call 911. But no, we should be good. Um, anyway, uh, when you're collecting action films, there's a couple different places to look. Um, there is 88 Films. There's Umbrella Entertainment. Uh, those two companies do tend to have a lot of action. I'm hoping that I have some Umbrella Entertainment coming, which I'm hoping comes soon. Uh, so fingers crossed, guys. Powered by Melon, yep. Officially powered by Melon now, because no, not as in supported by, but as in I pay for this, man. This is not one of the free. This is not the free version. So, one of the best ways to keep this? Well, do as many live videos as I can. Hope the donation thing works, and go from there. As far as someone was your hero since you were little? Oh wow, Byron Ken. Oh man. And that was during part 3? What is your favorite action franchise? Or what franchise, like, and if, yeah, that's a good question. What is everybody's favorite action franchise here? That you have? Like, what is the one that, like, stands out, that speaks to you? Extreme Prejudice, I would love to see get a great release. I love that film, by the way. I like Walter Hill. So, but stuff that I think needs a really good release. It's got a Blu-ray release from Umbrella, actually, and it's the Dolph Lundgren Punisher, and I just like to. All the other Punishers got like 4Ks, so I kind of would like to see them. I would like to see the Dolph Lundgren one eventually get a 4K as well, maybe like a new special edition for that one. Uh, I desperately need to get that Punisher edition from Umbrella. Billy Jack. There's a throwback. For those who don't know, Billy Jack was a series, but with Tom McLaughlin, and it started as one called The Born Losers, and basically he plays as was termed back then the half breed Billy Jack, and there's a biker gang that are terrorizing the town, and Billy Jack pretty much takes on the biker gang. He had a really good like lead actress in the role as well. And there's this one other actress that was kind of annoying, but she wasn't the main character. Now, when they did Billy Jack, the next film, actually, it's pretty much a remake, Billy Jack of Born Losers. Um, the annoying character becomes the main lead actress because, and I kid you not, she's his actual wife. Looks like me. Well, hey, it kind of. I do have look. That's it. Lucio Fulci lives, Elvin. Lucio Fulci lives. See, I would take that more as of a compliment than I would the other night when somebody literally said to me, "You know, a few years ago I thought you were like 60 years old." I did not take that well. I like the Rambo franchise. I really love the. I'm a big fan of the. I like the Die Hard films, not so much the later ones. Lethal Weapon. I'm trying to think of. There's one I'm trying to think about right now. Death Wish. I love Death Wish. Oh, interesting. Oh, it's two films, so it counts. Rambo 4 is yeah. Rambo 4 is just it's a slasher film. It's it's blood and guts, and how can you not love that? I wasn't big on Rambo 5 Cobra. I'll be honest with you. Um, and basically the only real reason for that is, I was a bit of a mixed message action film, I guess. Hey there, Jason. Welcome, man. Is Billy Jack Goes Washington the last one, the one that's really, really long? Or is that the trial of Billy Jack? Because they kind of mixed up after the first couple. But I love that somebody mentioned Billy Jack. Because because there's stuff that I like that aren't mainstream. Like, there aren't the big. Like, remember here, Lorenzo Lamas Snake Eater. Remember the Snake Eater films? Nobody? I'm the only person? Okay. Oh, the Vaughns is awesome. I like the Snake Eater films. Did anybody else see the Snake Eater films? Because, well, I'm alone on this one. Okay. And of course, the real killer action stuff is a lot of that stuff that was done in like the Jackie Chan stuff, the Jet Li. I actually like the Jet Li, especially Jet Li's when they do period pieces with Jet Li. I think it is really good with that. Renegade. Yeah, I remember Renegade. Uh, and of course, Cynthia Rothrock. I love Cynthia Rothrock, Lady Dragon films. Uh, just a ton of like really good quality, like action oriented stuff. And I'm truly loving that. I got to check something here while I'm talking to you guys. I want to see. Oh, look, it actually is working there. So people can see me from. Got sent a friend request, but if you're going to send me a friend request, gotta let me know who you are. So this is also streaming on Facebook, which is good. It's interesting to know that it is that it's working that way. Now, who do you guys think is the best company to collect action from? Now, for me right now, I'm up near between Umbrella and 88 Films. They both have a ton of action stuff. They tend to be the ones that I think about when it comes to action films. There was a film called Kung Fu Killer. I know that. I used to like a lot of the Shaw Brothers stuff. a lot of the old school like Asian, like the martial arts films, the flying guillotines, stuff like that. The one arm boxer. Just really really enjoy that type of stuff. Has anybody seen the new Kung Fu series, by the way? A full action film collection video? We will eventually, though. That might be on the. I'm not quite sure what channel that's going to be on. That's on this one, or that's going to be on the other channel. Now, does Ronaflix do action films? I mean, like, I know Ronaflix like is a. Do they actually do films, or do they just kind of like take films from other companies? Because I had thought that Ronaflix actually were more of like a kind of like Diabolic DVD, but with like slipcovers, where they basically do a lot of Scorpion and a lot of Code Red and stuff. I didn't know they did stuff themselves, but that's kind of interesting to know. I was unaware. So somebody said I froze up a while back. Did I freeze up for you guys? Hopefully, I did not. It's really good. Actually, I like the new one a lot because the martial arts is done now. I know this is going to seem like a novel concept, but the martial arts in the film is done by people that know martial arts, and you can tell, not Tai Chi, that actually know the martial arts. So let's just check something right here. And I'm hoping it gets a second season. So the girl that was in it was in a show called Legacies, which I haven't seen. And if she was in a show called Grey's Anatomy, which I'll be honest with you, I don't know either. So I am going to bring up the trailer here for the film, and then we're going to look at it together for the film. Sorry, for Kung Fu, so you guys can see what the series is like after. So to give you an idea, don't worry, we're going to get into the action portion of it. And there is sort of a mysticism side to this as well. So there is kind of the Asian mysticism added in here, as well as the as just some like really cool, incredible fight scenes, and you kind of see that coming on. Was she Milan? I don't know, man. I didn't see the live action Milan. Let's find out. Was she Milan? I would not know, to be honest with you. I don't think so, man. But it is. Thank you, Jason. I got to say, I am enjoying this. It's a pretty cool one. We watched the first episode. We weren't sure, because it was a CW. We do normally we enjoy the CW stuff, but some of it it's kind of lighter. You get like a CW formula, but I have to say, truly truly loving this one here. Actually, I do like the Kung Fu Panda films. I really do, because you can tell that they actually kind of like work at the fight sequences within these films, and they're animated films. They really probably don't have to, but they do, and they do a good job of it. So where do you guys collect your film? When you're looking at for action films, one person said Ronin Flicks there. Uh, but where do you get your action films from? Because I'm going to go into looking at 88 films. I'm going to look at Umbrella, the places that uh, I think of with action films. Of course, there's Eureka as well. Because Eureka does a lot of this stuff too. No connection that we know of so far. It's its own thing. And honestly, we really don't need a connection. Wherever you can. Fair enough. Jamie, I will talk to you later, man. Have a good evening there with the road of. Hopefully, I can get you on the channel again soon. I'm actually reading one of Mike's books right now. Mike Thorne, by the way, horror author, which you guys got to check out. Who does some amazing stuff. And speaking of that, let me go here. And this is actually, it's funny that you mentioned that because I was just about to mention. So if you have not checked out Mike Thorne's Shelter of the Damned yet, uh, excellent book. There you go, from Jeffrey Reddick, creator of Final Destination. A full throttle descent to visceral terror. Shelter for the Damned grabs you by the throat and never lets go. The haunting tale heralds the arrival of Mike Thorne as a horror writer to watch. And I agree. I truly agree. You can buy it on Kindle or you can get the paperback. I recommend the paperback. I like to have a book in my hands. This is not the only book by Mike Thorne. There's some other stuff coming out later on in the year, which we'll actually talk about. I am going to, fingers crossed, I should have Mike on the channel in the near future after I finish reading these books because I want to talk to him. I want to pick his head on his kind of on his process, on the stuff that he's put out there, as well as getting the idea of of horror film collecting from a horror author. So hopefully you guys will be here for that when I do that one. I'll let you guys know well in advance. I thought so, Warlock. I don't think it's just Severin. Because I've got a few packages that have been coming, Warlock, for quite a while. I've had a package at Pearson Airport now for the last 5 days that should have been in Nova Scotia long ago. And it just hasn't moved. There's been no movement. So whether that's because, the whole thing we can't talk about that was, or just because there's lots of reasons anyway. but yeah, so if you're buying right now and you're in Canada, it's a little bit harder to buy outside of Canada. Arrow Video have been pretty good for me, but this one's taking a little bit longer than I expected. So hopefully, fingers crossed, it goes through okay. But it hasn't been too long. I mean, to be honest with you, let's just see when my Arrow package actually gets sent out. That way, we can just give an idea about when it's going to be there. So, by the way, I will be, like I've mentioned earlier, but for those that don't know it, I will be actually taping an episode of Cobwebs with which will be airing in the future, and I'll let you guys know before it airs. It's a swashbuckly type of episode. Some order was dispatched on the 15th. It's the 24th, so not too bad, I guess. But I just want my damn movies. Uh, and hopefully I'll get the chance to be on some other podcasts as well. I haven't been on like any other podcasts in a while, but which is a shame, really, because I do enjoy doing them. Hey, Master Chaos, welcome, man. What do you think of everything? We're talking action movies. Hopefully you saw and liked Mortal Kombat, because that's the way they should do a Mortal Kombat film. And I'm guessing if it hasn't been, or if it wasn't on your Hollyweird, or that you've already done a video like most people have done on the whole Warner Archives thing. I spoke to Michael about a little bit earlier. Oh, cool! Happy birthday to your daughter. That's pretty awesome, man. We're all in a panic because Warner Archives. Well, the situation is we don't know yet. The situation that we do know is that pretty much a few days ago, Jerry Beck, who really knows uh, animation, uh, but especially when it comes to Warner, just basically kind of said that there was a lot of there wasn't a lot coming up for animation wise with Warner Archives, and they were going more towards HBO Max, and they were with that. So then a video came up earlier on today by Films at Home, who talked about the fact that he thought no, it's fairly safe. Warner Archives is probably going away, but Warner is fine because there's a 10-year deal between Warner and Universal to get films done, but they're just gonna do like more newer films, and they'll do some of the older stuff, but mostly the older stuff that'll be highlighted, not so much the kind of the in between stuff. Then Serial at Midnight put out a video and said that basically, and Heath always has a good take on this stuff, and basically kind of said, yeah, there's Beck knows his stuff. He doesn't work for Warner, but he has worked for Warner for a long time. Like it's kind of a independent work, but he's not a guy to dismiss. and and he said that from stuff that he'd heard, he didn't know if Warner Archive was going anywhere, but he said to look out for start looking for the stuff you want. Pretty much. Me, I have no inside knowledge or information at all, so I can only give you information as as a secondary party from all the stuff. Oh, we're still talking about all the stuff. No worry. Uh, that that I've heard recently. It was Heath was asked basically, does he think that Warner will outsource their Warner Archive stuff if that starts to go down, if they start to take that stuff out, if they start to go more for the newer stuff. He says he really thinks that they're not going to outsource a lot, that we're not going to see a lot of Warner coming to different companies as far as he knows right now. What he assumes is that a lot of it is going to go towards digital when it comes to the older releases. So that stuff is always interesting to talk about. Yeah, like the stuff that's licensed now is gonna be licensed anyway. Thanks, Warlock. Um, well, Warner's got an Amazon store, so they're gonna be selling as far as like some stuff. Amazon.com is good. They're gonna be selling their Amazon.com stuff through the Warner through the Warner store on Amazon. As far as like what's gonna get licensed out after that, like, and I've noticed that they have some of the stuff on there, but they don't have a lot of stuff when it comes to the to that stuff, which is okay. I mean, like I said earlier, at the end of the day, we don't know. Like when it comes to any company, we're never quite sure where and what the what's going to come out. Every time something changes, like from VHS to DVD, from DVD to Laserdisc, from Laserdisc, you know, from DVD to Blu-ray, stuff gets lost, stuff falls through the cracks, all that all that type of stuff. And what can you do when it comes to stuff like that? All you can say is look at the Warner stuff, decide if there's stuff that you want, that you really need. That's what kills me, Warlock, is that, and it wasn't really. I don't think it was really Warner so much as it was. Hey, video store, welcome, man. As it was like the company that Warner had pretty much like licensed it out to, because the Warner Brothers shop wasn't owned by Warner Brothers; it was owned by another company. So when the Warner Brothers shop closed down, the WB shop closed down. Uh, Basically, that was Warner Brothers like taking away uh, their the archive from, and pretty much Warner Brothers from the company. I can't remember the name now, actually. I used to know it. And the one good thing about going to having an Amazon.com shop is Warlock. We can order from Amazon.com, um, and there has been like there's rumors, and at this point it's just rumors that, and I've from like Keith kind of mentioned it, that there could be another store thing coming up in the future. Whether that's going to be have Warner Archives or not quite sure. We don't know. Everything's up in the air. It's a lollapalooza of craziness. That's exactly what it is, and it's all going to depend on it's the almighty dollar. It's all going to depend on the buck, because basically, what you're going to be looking at is which of these films are selling enough that's worth putting out a disc for. They do a physical release of, and which of these here are just going to do better if they stream them. That are going to get me just more hits from a streaming service, and they can make more money that way. Now, when I said that before, some people thought, oh, it's a lot of doom and gloom stuff, but I don't really think so. I mean, like it's just as a collector, it's the kind of stuff that we got to talk about. We It's good to be ahead of the game. That was definitely a loss. It was 100% loss. I want to see more releases come. I want to see them come. I want to see them do better stuff with this. I'm watching the Oscars. I don't know what's happening in the Oscars. To be bluntly honest with you, Steven Soderbergh is producing it. I'll check it out. Hey, man versus film. Welcome, man. I've been recently watching your Arrow videos, right? Which excellent stuff. Just trying to make sure I got the right one here. Uh, Movie versus film. Okay, there we go. I'm the wrong person. I apologize. We're talking tonight. We're talking about the action films. We're talking about the Warner Archives thing. You know, it's hard to find, hard like to figure out exactly where it's going. Um, and to be bluntly honest, I don't know. It's just I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. I'm a little bit nervous. There, I'm not going to lie. I do have a bit of FOMO for this. You get and that whole thing is perfect. Thanks, Jason. Uh, you get a bit of the fear of missing out, and I definitely have that when it comes to when it comes to this Warner stuff, because like Warlock said, we haven't had the we haven't been able to partake in the 4 for $44 like sales that they've had. Us getting like Warner archive releases in a lot of cases meant, are there any classic Warner Brother films still? There's a lot on my wish list. Uh, because, in all honesty, where I am in Canada, video store, it was a lot harder for us to get Warner archive releases, especially. Hey there, John. Welcome, man. Especially after we lost, especially after we lost the HMV. HMV was a big loss for us. Like we still have like Sunrise Records here, but HMV was definitely. Hey there, Josephine. Welcome again. Was definitely like a big loss for us, because that's where we got a lot of these releases. That's where we found like the Warner archives. That's where we got a lot of this other stuff. Because there's a ton of good stuff, from like westerns to film noir to animation to like TV to pretty much everything else. So you're at this point, like if you live, hey there, Dave, welcome, man. If you live in the U.S., then you're lucky, because you can grab the stuff. You could have availed of the 444 sales. Yeah, Canada's the same region as the U.S., and we got no alternative. Like the closest we ever got to having anything like that is unobstructed view, and I really wish I I want that company to succeed, but unobstructed view has to do some things to get to that spot. To be, if they want to be the next Diabolique, there's a few things that need to be done to get them there. I don't agree with Mastercast actually. I think that to a certain extent, yes, they're not going anywhere, as opposed to like as of like physical. Yeah, there's some of them are going to go. Like I had this conversation before, uh, but we're gonna see this a lot of this stuff come on. He's made a fantastic video, Leroy. A lot of this is going digital. And if I was to trust anybody's like, somebody that's kind of in the know when it comes to this type of stuff, as in the know as somebody on here can be, um, Heath certainly Midnight has had some pretty good connections, and has worked, has shown a lot of Warner stuff, worked with a lot of Warner stuff, and the fact that Heath made a video a while back talking about 2020, talking about how we had our best year for physical media releases, and things were going to change a bit. And some people thought, it's being a bit uh, alarmist, right? And when it comes to that type of stuff, oh, you got ahead of me, Jay. Thanks, Jason. When it comes to that type of stuff, then what you're going to get, what's going to come out of all this, is that what did I do? I'm sorry, Leroy. I hit the wrong person. I accidentally hid you, Leroy, for a second there. Sorry about that. It is. This was this shirt was a Lucha Fulci exclusive that was put out by Fred Rags, and it was a limited edition. So this is the Fulci shirt. It's a surprise gift from my better half. So yeah, speculation I think is gonna get more people, FOMO, than and hopefully some of that speculation gets titles that may not have initially gotten a bit more of a look and a bit more sales. Hey, there's Cinematech. And with that is that it's the truth. The almighty dollar. When we choose with our pocketbook, that that's what makes the decisions. San Francisco, 1936. Oh, it sounds familiar, but I don't remember it. Probably, but I don't remember what it is. Now, has anything 4K been region locked, Warlock, aside from the those Shout Factory ones? Because as far as I know, now you may know more on this than I have, but the only region lock ones were as far as I know thus far have been Shout Factory ones. Yeah, I'm excited about the new imprint announcement. So we'll be doing a video on that, by the way, that for sure. And we'll also be doing a video whenever there's announcements coming out, especially next month. We're doing a lot of Vinegar Syndrome stuff for next month, so people are excited about Vinegar Syndrome. Yeah, that's my problem, Master Chaos. It is killer. Imprints are crazy expensive to buy here. Even in the States, they're expensive to buy. They're expensive to buy here in Canada. Now, do we know the reason behind that? Were they legitimately allowed to lock that? Was there an accident in the encoding? Because I've heard varying things, and I haven't really gotten any solid information on the region, like in the region locking when it came to that 4K. Because 4Ks, are one of the things about getting a 4K is I can take this over to Morocco or anywhere else, and I can watch it. Even that's they're like the priciest company out there. Like, can you think of a pricier company than Imprints right now? If films released for the Spectre of Zombie, I haven't actually. I'll check it out after the. We'll check it out here together. Is it on the 88 Films website? I don't have Zombie 5 yet, so I didn't get the Vinegar Syndrome with that one. So maybe I'll get the 88 Films on that one as well. May is going to be big for Vinegar Syndrome. Hopefully, fingers crossed. If I can get the subscription, half-a subscription, we'll see. We'll see what can be done when it comes to that. Yeah, but Zombie 5 is not supposed to be good films. That's a chaos. Yeah, I don't get that. I don't get why they'd be region locked. I actually do like the hotspot. I would recommend it. It's hard. I mean, there's so much stuff coming up that that you just want to. I gotta say, you guys are awesome tonight. I'm glad I put out some some wrenches out there. You guys are rocking it. See, I haven't checked out on the Paramount. I've seen the Paramount Presents ones. I've seen like Brian has shown them off on the Just to This channel. But I haven't owned any myself. Now, where you're up in Warlock in Ontario, do you find more of that finding that stuff up there? Is the Paramount Presents line or the Warner Archive stuff? Does that much of that stuff show up at like Bay Street Video or any of those video stores up there? Jason, you are killing it tonight. Oh, I'm not just gonna time you out. I'm gonna just hide you. There you go. 55. Ouch. See, I love that stuff. I'm not sure I could pay $55. Yeah, imprint's the most expensive one I can think of. Like when it comes to the line, this like what's being done. Imprint tends to be the most expensive. That when it comes to this type of stuff. See, So Sweet, So Perverse, I already got that one because I got the Umberto Lenzi set. I recommend the Umberto Lenzi set. Severn did a great job with that. But if you're in the UK, definitely grab that. Yeah, the HV Premium Collection that was out first actually, before Paramount, anyway, not before Warner Archives, but definitely before Paramount. Not on Amazon.ca. Actually, I haven't seen any imprint imprint or Paramount Presents releases on Amazon.ca. Now, if anybody's seen them there, like definitely like link me to them because, but I have not seen them there. I'm trying as much as I can. Like I availed of the Arrow sale, and I didn't like. Here's the thing: like I probably could have availed of the Arrow sale from unobstructed view, but I actually felt safer availing from the Arrow sale from Arrow Video's website itself. So I went with the Arrow Video website and got that stuff there. So eventually, eventually, I should hopefully be able to get some of the other stuff as well. But right now, I'm trying to to buy stuff from from the from Canada. So that includes like the other stuff as well. So we'll try to make sure we can get stuff here from Amazon. Can we? Yeah, there's definitely a market for media. Like media's not going anywhere. Like don't think media's going to go anywhere. If it wasn't for the shipping, I would because Diabolique has a good name and they've been pretty trusted so far. So that there's the thing there. I've often thought about do I want to get stuff from Australia because there's like a lot of good releases there, and sometimes there's some stuff like JB Hi-Fi, which Cinematech just mentioned, which can be a bit cheaper, and they but it's the wait time. What's it's good ninja? It's Gold Ninja. Is it good ninja? Is it Gold Ninja? I know Dark Star Releasing is Canadian because I spoke to the. Actually, I'm doing a video on Dark Star Releasing. I got on one of their releases. Actually, I'm doing a review for Raven Banners. Again, a fantastic company. A lot of the some of the releases that are put out by Screen Factory actually get Raven Banner releases here in Canada, and they tend to be cheaper. The guy runs Gold Ninja as a base review podcast. Does he really? See, I watched. What's it? I'm pretty sure it was Master Chaos. You had the Golden Ninja guy, didn't you? There, I see. I told you. I knew it. I told you. I told you. Does Dark Force do 4K? Yeah, I was there for that video. That's a good question, John. Is gold inches burned or pressed? Because it's like a lot of like the smaller companies are going to do like pretty much MOD stuff because it tends to be the it tends to work. And Golden Ninja's got some interesting releases there. If you guys haven't checked them out, I definitely would. Actually, let's bring up their website. Let's do that. Well, if yeah, as MOD stuff still decent pitch, it really depends on the film itself. Really, at the picture of the film is. But in all honesty, yeah. I mean, like Warner Archives, there it's MOD. Um, but when it comes to the Golden Ninja stuff, these are by like low budget companies that's usually small runs of releases. Yeah, they don't do restoration. Like it's a smaller company. They just put out movies that would get lost and like get lost in the sands of time, pretty much. To Serial Squadron, I haven't heard of them actually. Yeah, that's the thing. They do have some pretty rare stuff on there. 6 movies for $20. Wow. Okay, so let's bring them up. All right, so I'm gonna hide myself on here for a minute so we can actually. All right, so there's a certain thing that I have to do. Apparently, they mentioned it here. Everybody said it at the same time. So my auto should not be gone when I go full screen. There's a certain thing that I have to do here. Apparently, so hold on a second. I shall do it. Because there's a certain thing I'm supposed to hit on. So this is new to me. So let's find out how to do this. Yeah. So I'm going to go full screen on that for a second. So you're going to lose audio for a second. But you guys are going to see the screen. We're going to get the audio back, and then we're going to have fun with it. So let me see how this needs to be done. So you're not going to hear me for a second. Don't freak out. I'm still here. Okay, that is feed me off a bit. So let's just see something here as we do this, as we figure this out together. And I know you can hear me now because I'm on screen. So, yeah, thank you, Dave. For some reason, when I went onto the on full screen, it it muted my mic here, which it's not supposed to do. Oh, wait a second. Let me see something. Don't freak out if you can't hear me for a second. It's okay. It's the fun of working this out. That's what I was thinking about, Warlock. The old cell phone commercials. Because I'm using a new format right now. And I'm looking at stuff when I'm doing this, by the way. I'm checking out what I need to do. See, now you guys have gotten quiet. But I do like the idea of like playing around with this. So I just bought this today, guys. So still working out the kinks, all that fun stuff. Don't want to distract me. Don't worry, you're not distracting me. Um, but I'm curious. I'm gonna go full screen for a second. So, because I want to see something. So what I was doing there, just to let you know, is I was checking around to see like if it changed the input and what it looks like. Yeah, what looks like happens is when I go full screen, for instance, it looks like the input is being. Hey there, Flip. Welcome, man. Uh, the it looks like the input changes, and it totally like you can't hear a thing. Hey there, Dungeon. Welcome. And it's obviously something that I got to figure out, or they're not going to keep getting my money if I can if I can't go full screen and do this. Because all this stuff is going to be extremely important. There we go. Here's one thing we can do though. You can hear me right now. Yeah, actually, I got the pro version of Melon Dungeon, and so I've been working with that right now. They do, but I haven't got. I've gone through a couple YouTube videos, Warlock. So, but I was excited to once I got this, I was excited to use it. That's which is part and parcel one of the reasons that for the stream. So I'll figure it out. That's the key part. Possible for the Canadian companies to pick up the slack from unobstructed view. It'll be interesting. I mean, like right now, the reason we get such good stuff from Vinegar Syndrome is because they have their own like Canadian distribution, and they're pretty solid. Like if you contact the Vinegar Syndrome's Canadian company, there's not a, they get back to you pretty easily. Not a bass comes to my keyboard though. All right, it's all about the bass, man. But it's interesting to see. I'm kind of curious why that didn't work. Huh? Why I gotta. So let's just look here at the. Don't worry. Obviously, I can't go anywhere. And when I want to get myself off screen, they have a lot of different stuff here. Like I want to get the book that he put out. I got to get this picked up actually. Vineyard Syndrome doesn't have a Canadian website, but they have like Canadian. They have Canadian distribution. Did you like Mortal Kombat? Let's get physical because I actually loved it. One of the things I really want is this book right here, Radioactive Dreams. I got to pick this up actually because I do like Albert Pion, and the fact that he actually wrote a book on his stuff is bloody brilliant to me. Like Cyborg, like is not even arguably Cyborg is such a good movie, and there's so much fun to Cyborg. I mean, like how can you not like Cyborg? I mean, you got to be. There's a little bit of sadness when we don't like Cyborg. Speaking of which, I'm using Melon actually, Jason. It's supposed to be silly. That's exactly what it is. Like it's Mortal Kombat. It's a video game movie, and for a video game movie based on an over-the-top gory video game with fun characters, it's exactly what it is. It's an over-the-top gory film with fun characters. I think the problem is that some people went in, and when I say some people, people that have never played Mortal Kombat, people that don't normally watch this type of movie, and they're like, this isn't Citizen Kane. What the hell do you expect? It's Mortal Kombat. Yeah, it's freaking Mortal Kombat. It's it's over the top like gore fest filled with action sequences and some pretty decent like definitely not even at his worst. Uh, could have beat Steve Seagal in a fight. No, no, I could not, man. Well, actually, no. Although Johnny Cage is maybe mentioned within the film, he said that he wants to have like aside from Cage, he wants to do like have a lot of like the female characters that weren't in it. Yeah, but he still has the skills, man, and he knows martial arts. And I've just fought in the streets, so there you go. I'm not going to win that fight. Um, I can't believe Leroy, you disappointed me, man. To each their own. But I think, like, as far as a Mortal Kombat film goes, this is a much more Mortal Kombat film. We get to 80 films a lot recently. You know that? Like Maximum Risk right there. Like, hell yeah, being a facial. Nowhere to Run, Maximum Risk. So many good titles here. So much great stuff. The Asia releases. There are three, I guess, official films. I guess there's Legacy, but I don't think we consider them like like a I don't. That's more of like what a series. I think it's better than the other. I mean, like it's on par with the original Mortal Kombat, but a bit closer to what Mortal Kombat as you know. It gets a bit more the spirit of Mortal Kombat. Now, of course, there's a Mortal Kombat TV series as well that came for a little, for lasted I think for a season. Um, but but yeah, like the fights were good. I like that. The fighting was good. I think it was honestly I think they were well cast. Um, but to each their own. Everybody's going to have their own opinion on stuff like that. Have you lost stuff from 101 Films? I've only ordered from them a couple times. They were good then, but that was before everything that went on. All the craziness went on. The fun and good outweighs it. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. I would definitely agree with that. But all right, at 85 minutes, which is the length of a decent little, you know, exploitation film, we are going to have to end it for tonight. And I'm going to be doing. I'm probably not going to do a live video tomorrow. We'll see. I got to do some pre-tape videos tomorrow. I'm doing a couple reviews. One from Dark Side Releasing. I got a couple like Mill Creek videos reviews to do. I'll be taping a podcast with uh, with Daniel for an upcoming. That's right. I forgot the Batman thing. You're back. Uh, what do I think the recent director approved transfers that end up looking much worse? I haven't seen. I honestly, where I have not seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High, I don't know. But there's the thing too. It's director approved. I mean, like at the end of the day, you know, that's. I don't think I can do my Batman voice tonight, unfortunately, because my voice is because I'm sick, which is a sad, sad problem right now. But here, let me try it. I'm Batman. There we go. Best as I do. But yeah, so we'll do a video here again soon, live video. Remember, it is almost May, which is the month of Vinegar Syndrome. If you're on my Patreon stuff, you're gonna get a few especially now that we got this, going to get some live videos. And we're going to be some live Patreon videos talking about the Vinegar Syndrome sale, about limited editions. We're going to look at both the regular releases, the VSAs, and the other releases. So that'll be interesting as well to check out. But I will say thank you so much for coming in and joining me. Also, a very special thanks to the people that kept the trolls at bay. Fuck the trolls. We know who they are. And I'll see you soon right here in the Call to Cinema.